What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Philip back with Thrifty PS Gamer Reviews, and I am here today to go over Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, or Dana. And today I want to go over this game. It is included in the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tiers at no additional cost to you, which is great. This game came out in July of 2016. It is made by Falcom. There we go. I'll get it right eventually. And it is, as the title would suggest, the 8th game in the numbered Ys series. In this game, I'm really glad it's on the PlayStation Store, or PlayStation Extra, because everywhere you go right now, this game does not drop in price. At GameStop, it's $44, Amazon, it's $37, PlayStation Network, even on sale this month, is $37.79. Also, fun fact, I did go to GameStop to see if they had it, and also went to both of my other local stores, and none of them had the game. So, apparently it was popular enough to not be on the shelf anymore. Also, I did see some prices of $70, $80, $90. I'm guessing those are collector's editions or what have you. So, apparently this game is hard to find. Really glad it's on the service. Let's dive in. This is going to be a new segment of Pass or Play, because it is included with PlayStation Extra, and I know a lot of the PSN subscribers went to Extra or Premium. So let's get into the game. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, or comment. The game, we're going to start with art style. It is fun, bright, it's very cartoony, without being overly anime, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, it looks like, think about those mid-90s animes, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, stuff like that, and that's kind of the vibe you're going to get from this. Just at least with like the facial features, think of maybe, like a Zelda game. That's kind of the vibe you get from this. I really enjoy the art style and the art direction in this. It's exactly what I would expect from a, action-adventure game made by a not as well-known studio. So, I mean, it's exactly what you expect. The characters are very well drawn. The enemies look really cool. Some of them, I already mentioned the word Zelda, but some of them look like they're stolen directly from Zelda. There is one enemy that you're going to encounter on the beaches that literally looks like a jellyfish. It's on, or not a jellyfish, looks like a, like a jumping spider almost. Think of the original Zelda on the Nintendo. And you'll remember those things that jump across the screen and could do all that. That's what these look like. And so it's pretty cool. Because as a huge Zelda fan, I kind of enjoy that. I like where the game is going with that. It looks good. Let's get into the story. This is my first Ys game. I did do some research on them. So I'm going to say some things that might not shock other Ys fans, or you might get a chuckle out of. It doesn't hit the same for me. I understand that it's a trope, but Adol ends up shipwrecked on an island. And literally, I have spent the first several hours of the game, where all the gameplay footage is grabbed from, looking for people and setting up a base. You're looking for the other folks who came through on the ship with you. One of the cool things they have put in, which is very intriguing to me, it's not just, hey, run around the island, but every time you rest so far, or every time the game prompts you to rest, there is a cutscene that you'll see that adds to kind of a mystery. You are seeing somebody go up. That's where we hear the first name of Dana mentioned. you have these cutscenes that are kind of explaining things to you through dreams. You don't know why you're having them, but it makes you sleep like crap. And I really like that element. You're following what looks to be a little girl who has been chosen for to compete in a contest and become the maiden and all this other stuff. And it's pretty interesting. The gameplay outside of that, though, the story outside of that, it's a little bland. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little lacking. Now, I've come off of playing games like Tales of Arise, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII 8, 9, Scarlet Nexus. So, I mean, Horizon Forbidden West, I just completed another third of that game. So, I mean, the story is a little bit of a tonal shift from what I have been playing. It's not bad at all. Like, it's just a tonal shift. That's the best way to describe it. And so if you're used to playing these massive budget titles that have these just really well done, fleshed out, amazing, full on grip you by the seat stories, it may take you a second to get into this one. As Adol ends up shipwrecked, you will meet a young lady by the name of Lexia. The way they introduce her is hilarious. It's one of the funniest ways I've seen them introduce a character. And they really play that up. I've played like 6-7 hours of this game, and she's still commenting back on how they first met. So it's really good. I've heard that Doji is a recurring character along with Adol in the series. He is in this one also. Like I said, I have no reference point for that. This is my first Ys game ever. Gameplay. This is an action-adventure game with RPG elements thrown in. What I mean by that, there's no skill tree, at least that I've seen. You get skill items. The item I got recently was to let me climb up certain structures and stuff, so you get skill items, but you don't get skill points. And you get skills to use in battle, but they're not tied to a skill point system. They're just tied to when you level up. Now, some of the RPG elements it has. Exploration is key. This game does this to the point that your first mission you get is pretty much to complete the entirety of the island map. And when I say complete, you 100% every nook and cranny. There's a couple spots I have to go back to already because I missed one little offshoot, and I'm at 99.4, 99.6. So, exploration is key. Fishing. This game has fishing, and typically I hate fishing in games. This game does it extremely well. It's super quick, super easy, super fun. The fishing is done in such a way that it kind of, you'll be going along, you'll see a pond or a lake or a stream or the ocean, and you'll just start to fish. And it's great. It breaks up some of the monotony of, hey, go here, get these items, or go search the map for an hour and a half and find this other shipwrecked crew member or whatnot. So it's really good. I like the fishing, and typically I hate fishing, so that's saying something. The fighting, it's fun and fast. It's exactly what I would expect from an action-adventure game. The one gripe I have is that you can't evade out of a combo. So, if that screws with you like it does me, bring a lot of health items. Good news is you can farm the crap out of the berries, the coconuts, all that, so you're not just stuck mixing health potions. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. There is a mixing post, and as far as I can tell so far, there's no such thing as money in this game. There's no currency from what I can gather. It's all done on the barter system. It's all done on trading in lesser items for better items, using those better items to level up your equipment, level up your sword, your axe, what have you. And it's really, I kind of like that. I like that I'm not having to grind multiple resources that I'm literally just give me items that I can trade in, or a or a currency coin-based system. Either way, I'm fine. This game gives me one or the other. I like that. I like that I don't have to keep up with several different things that I need throughout the whole time just to buy stuff. There is no buying stuff. You collect items. You can craft your own potions, craft your own gear. You are trying to build up a kind of base, so to speak, on the island. So there's certain missions where you got to go, collect wood while you're. And these are very passing missions. They're not side quests that like you have to go to a certain place to do. A lot of these side quests for building up the base you can actually do on the way to the main missions. So I really like that. That to me is great, because as there are a lot of those, already I've done like 4 of them. I've done 5 of them, and it doesn't feel like I'm being derailed. They feel integrated into what I'm doing. And so I really like that. There are special skills, and there's also another subset of special skills that the game kind of uses as limit breaks, which is after you've done enough of your skills, you build up a meter, and then you can do a very powerful skill. And I really like those. The animations for them are amazing. So, I mean, overall, combat accomplishes the goal. It's not just super phenomenal. It's not awful. It accomplishes the goal, which a lot of times, that's all I want from a video game. Accomplish your darn goal. Don't try to go so over the top that you leave a ton of room for errors. Do what you know and do it well, and I think they have here. I also like that you can switch between characters, and I'm starting to get more familiar with that. Scarlet Nexus kind of had that kind of system, but it was more sharing abilities. This, you actually get to switch and control each character, so I like that. So, let's get into the runtime on this game. According to Google, you're going to spend 30 to 60 hours. I'll probably end up spending about 60 to 70, just because I explore a lot slower than most people. And so usually if a game shows 60 hours, it's going to take me 70, 75, 80, what have you. It took me 75 hours to beat Ghost of Tsushima, and that was almost with 100%ing everything before Iki Island. So, 30 to 60 hours, I think you'll get good time out of this. I think you'll get good enjoyment out of it. But, this being a pass or play, let's go over some of the negative. The cutscenes and the different conversations and a lot of the breaks that they do really, really bother me. I'll be going along, doing my thing, getting my stuff, setting up stuff, going around, killing this, finding this, really getting into the exploration finally of the game, because it's kind of a slog at the beginning, and then boom, it breaks up, and now you're teleported back to your dang base camp, and you gotta listen to 30 minutes of freaking dialogue, and you better listen to it, because if not, you'll not know where the hell to go, and yes, that happened to me, and I'm still salty about it. So, it's frustrating sometimes because it does pull you out of the immersion. I'm hoping that as I continue, that lessens, but right now, that is a definite negative. And then, related to that a little bit, they chose to voice some parts of conversations and not others, and that is really annoying. I've been in several conversations so far where it starts off where they're talking, and then all of a sudden the voices disappear and it goes to text, and it throws me off. Like, choose one or the other. I know that in games like this, a lot of times not all conversations are going to be voiced, and the majority are going to be text-based. But if you start the dang conversation in voice, please continue in voice. That's all I ask. Not only do these happen frequently enough right now to kind of break up the gameplay and kind of pull you back out, but man, they happen, and then they can't even complete the voices. So those are really my only two negatives. I forgot a positive. Sound is really great. It literally puts me to sleep right now, which, if I'm honest, is what I like from some games. I play at night, so I like to play for an hour or two, and then afterwards I'm relaxed and tired and ready to go to bed. And so this game accomplishes the goal of what I use gaming for. And it's a relaxation. It's a fun game. It's a fun time. It's something I use to relax. Pass or play? Let's get into the final verdict. Pass or play? Man, I'm going to say play it. I'm honestly going to say play it. It's not one that I'm going to recommend from the top of the roof, but if you like action-adventure games, if you like a few of the RPG mechanics, without having to go in-depth into some level tree and make sure you level the right things or your whole day's going to suck, like, this game is for you. I think it's well done. The story has enough intrigue to keep me wanting to come back. And the exploration is getting more and more fun the more I open up more of the island. So definitely definitely play this. Definitely give it a shot. That's all for me today, guys. This is a little bit of a longer video. Thank y'all if you stuck with me. Remember to like, subscribe, comment on what other game I should play, or what game that you've been looking at but didn't really know kind of what to think of it. I'll check it out, put up some gameplay for you, do a quick review on it. Let me know. Anyways, guys, that's all for me today, and as always, stay thrifty.